what worked and what didn't. And if you don't know that, you're literally just rolling the dice each and every single month. Hi, my name's Devon. Today I own several multi-million-dollar companies. We started with $5,000 in a credit card. I don't know the easy way. I only know the hard way. Hey everyone, welcome to the Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast, where I give straightforward advice to fuel the entrepreneur in all of us. I'm Devon Dickinson, and today I want to talk to you about how success that you don't know how you got there is just getting lucky. And I think this is really important in business. I had meetings this week. We have what we call our end of week meetings. And each time everyone goes through and they report basically on, how the month was, did we hit a record? Did we hit our goals? Were we backwards? How was the month? And everyone goes through and evaluates each of their departments. We have this really deep dive. Well, as we were going through, one of the departments smashed their goals. I mean, it was like 1.5 times what we had expected. And we set some pretty lofty goals. So we were all very excited and we're like, oh, wow, look at these numbers. And then I started asking questions like, well, what's the difference between this month and last month? Why did we go from here to there? And tell me why, what did we do different in our process? What was the plan? What happened? And really at the end of the day, everyone's like, when we drilled down deep, we found out actually no one really knew why we were 1.5 times our projections. And so at the end of the meetings, I said, well, great, you got lucky. And they're like, well, what do you mean you got lucky? I'm like, well, we just got lucky. If we don't know what we did and we can't replicate that next month, then we got lucky. We have to take the time to go back and dissect what we did differently from one month to the other so that we can replicate that and continue to build upon that, because otherwise it's just luck. And this is often times how we live our lives and run our businesses, where all of a sudden you have these, great numbers or great months, and then 90 days later, there's nothing left. Well, it's because we need to go back and assess what worked and what didn't. And if you don't know that, you're literally just rolling the dice each and every single month. And as an entrepreneur, I really want to beat this into our heads that we have to know why we succeeded. We have to know why we failed. If all of a sudden you blow the numbers out of the water and you beat your goals, but you can't clearly define what caused that success. If you can't clearly define this plan worked, this plan didn't work, this plan worked double, right? Unless you know that, what are you going to do next month to grow upon that? And when you know and you can dissect, and so I really was on my team about this. So we dug deeper and deeper into that. And what everyone thought was going to be a 5-minute conversation, a bunch of high fives, they couldn't understand why I was upset about this, that we didn't know why we won so big. And I kept explaining to them, this is just luck. This is luck. So we drilled down in that meeting. I stopped everybody and said, we're not going to the next slide. We're not going to the next topic. We are going to understand very clearly why we succeeded. So we went back. I slowed everybody down. We called up some people. We had them join the Zoom call, and we started asking questions. Hey, what was different from this month to this month? Oh, well, you know what? Midway through the month, we changed these keywords. Or, midway through the month, we actually stopped this and we started promoting that. And I was like, now we're on to something. And we started drilling in. And this meeting ended up going, like I said, everyone expected this part of the meeting to be 5 minutes. This part of the meeting ended up being about 45 or 50 minutes. But by the end, everyone is so engaged. And instead of just celebrating this victory that we don't know how we won, we dissected the victory and this is good, right? Now, and so I started asking questions. I'm like, well, we won on this piece. What if we did this piece? What if we did it double next month? Would our results be, double on top of that? And everyone kind of was like, yeah, theoretically, yeah. And we started to get excited. And what about this other piece that we apparently lost on? What if we took all of our efforts on this and we stopped doing those and we added this to this other piece? And everyone's like, yeah, that's great, because this piece takes a ton of time. And so we dissected further and further and further. And instead of just, like I said, high fives, hey, great job hitting the numbers, we actually walked out with a plan to take that success that we achieved basically by blind luck. But now we knew what caused that success. And now we had a plan to continue that and to grow it from there. And I think this is so important as an entrepreneur that you take the time and realize what worked. Why did you have such a great quarter? And a lot of times people just want to defer to, the economy's doing good, so we did good. Or, I'm just so smart. No, you're probably not that smart. No, the economy, it's going to, you're going to rise and fall with the tide. But when you're above the tide or you're below the tide, there's something different than you're doing. And so this is important. And you're the leader. You're the one that's got to do this. If you don't do it, everyone's just going to celebrate, pat themselves on the back and go on to the next topic. But you as a leader need to demand to understand, why did we win? And how can we grow from that? Because if you don't know, you just got lucky. I'm Devon. This is Whiteboard Entrepreneur, and I really hope this helps. Take a quick moment and hit that subscribe button for more content.